Hello, hello, hey, sweet people. Welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. My name is Foster, and as always, I am here with...
Alexia. Hi.
Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. First day in a long time that it didn't rain.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, today was sunny, and it really is amazing how much the weather affects your mood.
Completely. And I do understand nowadays why people say that the northern countries from Europe,
Northern
countries from Europe, they suffer a lot with the weather and etc. And people get extremely depressed. And nowadays I do understand that because I come from a country that it's summertime all the way.
Yeah, it is very interesting. It's quite the paradox that all of the northern European countries like Norway, Denmark, Finland, they are always like the happiest countries on earth, statistically, but they also have the highest rate of suicide.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold and dark, I imagine.
Yeah.
Anyways, Alexia, real quick before we get started with the show. This is something that I see our students have difficulties with all of the time. The words north and south, northern, southern.
Just one thing here. Foster has a lot of difficulties with that in Portuguese as well.
No.
Yeah.
Norte.
Norte você é ok.
Norte. Sul. Sulista.
Não, mas você falava sul antigamente, lembra?
Ah, yeah. Yeah. So, this... I think this came from Spanish, because in Spanish you would say sur, and then I would always say like sur. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, northern.
Northern.
Northern. Yeah, so just imagine northern.
Northern.
Southern.
Southern.
North.
North.
South.
South.
Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so today we are continuing our conversation about noticing things.
Yes.
So if you did not listen to the last few episodes, we recommend hitting the pause button and going back a few episodes. So this week we are talking about a book called The Art of Noticing by an author named Rob Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives all of these fun little experiments about how to notice things and pay attention in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently Foster, he is doing that much more nowadays because...
Trying to.
Yeah. And he gave us the idea of talking about it on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm really trying to do this more. Not only because like personal stuff that I've done in my life and stuff that I'm working on, but a friend of mine recently said, your time is important, but your attention is much more important. So I always think about time management. How can I do this more efficiently? But it's really the way you notice and pay attention to things.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, today we are talking about the art of noticing, and more specifically, a section of the book called Connecting with Others. What do you think about that, Alexia?
I'm interested because, connection is a really, really important thing. And especially nowadays that we are not being able to connect with people that much.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we connect in a pandemic world?
In a pandemic world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are still figuring that out.
And not being very successful about it.
Yeah. So, 2 recommendations that he gave that I absolutely loved because we are already essentially doing them.
Get a dog.
So this is connecting with humans. But yes, we already got a dog. But he recommended to interview a friend or a loved one. Because when you have microphones on and you're interviewing someone, you tend to get more honest answers, I think. It just changes the dynamic of a conversation. And he also suggests to interview an elder, which means a person that's older than you. And I think about all of the times that I have talked to my parents on the podcast, and I always learn something new. It's really an open and powerful experience. You do the same thing with your dad sometimes, and I think it's always just a really good thing to do.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Even I don't know, maybe if I had like my two best friends here interviewing them, I'm pretty sure that I would hear things that I've never expect to hear from them, you know, not in a bad way, but in a good way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget the importance of just listening to people tell their stories. Okay. Are you ready for another one?
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what you think about this one, Alexia. He recommends that we should talk to strangers. So the experiment to connect with others is just talk to a stranger. And he gives a lot of scientific, statistical evidence to support this theory. That people, like if you're on the metro or sitting on the bus or on a plane, if you talk to the person next to you, you generally have a more positive experience.
Yeah, so this happens to me a lot when I take Uber.
Mm-hmm.
All the drivers, they always want to talk. So I'm there. Maybe times I'm like, I don't want to talk that much because I'm going to therapy and I really need to concentrate. But after therapy, I'm always down to talk. So it's good. It's interesting. And that's how we met Carlos. Carlos is the Uber driver that moved from Brazil to Porto. And then one day he drove me home, I think, from therapy. And I liked him so much because he was so nice. He has 2 kids. He came here with his wife and his 2 kids and his dog. And I kept his number for anything like emergencies, that we need a car.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I connect to him.
Connected with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Essentially, he was saying that most people, the idea of talking to strangers is like, ugh, don't want to do that. But after you do it, you almost always feel way better.
And I just did that with Maria, the Buddy's future girlfriend.
Alexia is just constantly saying like very stereotypical names that no one knows who they are. Carlos, Maria, João, Eduardo.
Yeah, but I just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you agree with this one, talking to strangers?
Yeah, I wouldn't stop anyone on the street and say, hi, can we talk? But like things like that, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it can be a good idea. Okay. Are you ready for a couple more?
Mm-hmm.
He gives this acronym, SLANT. First of all, do you understand what SLANT means?
No.
Okay. If something is at a slant or it is slanting, it means not even.
It's not balanced?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the 2 sides are not equal, so it's slanting.
Okay.
Like if a picture is not correctly on the wall, it's slanting.
Okay.
Anyways, this is just an acronym for the following 5 words. Sit up, lean forward, ask questions, nod your head, and track the speaker. So you want to take these individually? He is talking about when you are in conversation with other people. I think he gave
Make yourself present. I think that's the main point of it.
Yeah, these are like tactical ways to be more present. He gave the example of in a classroom. These are good tips. But number 1, sit up. This is something that I always struggle with. I have terrible posture. Lean forward. You don't have to lean forward too much. Alexia's doing everything as I say it. Ask questions. Do you have a question, Alexia?
Not right now, but I'm just faking it.
Nod your head.
Mm-hmm.
Can you translate nod your head?
Ai, meu Deus. Balança a cabeça.
Mm-hmm. So nod your head means like, yeah, I understand. Mm-hmm. And then track the speaker just means follow the way they're speaking. What do you think about the slant method?
I think that's perfect. I think that, I don't know, maybe it's been a while that I've been with friends, like sitting in a restaurant or in a bar, and I miss like being present at that moment. And when I used to do that a long time ago, I was there, of course, but many times I could see like someone picking up their cell phones and talking to other people who weren't there about something, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not there. You're not present. You're not making that experience worth it.
Yeah. I think this will be incredibly important when we can see people after the pandemic, especially younger people like our generation. I think most of us have a tendency not to sit up. We look at our phones a lot. We're just not present. We're not like focusing on people. And that brings so much unnecessary negative energy.
Yeah.
If you are up and attentive, people like you.
Yeah. And one thing that both of us, we do together, whenever we are sitting down, like eating or having breakfast or having dinner, we don't have our phones with us. Or even if it's somewhere on the table, we are not checking it. So I think that both of us, we are very good at this. We learned how to do that long time ago. So it's not a habit. But for most people, it still is.
Yeah. For like 30 minutes a day, we can live without our phones when reading.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. So, Alexia, those are just a couple of little tips, experiments that you can do to connect with others. Did you like them?
I love them. I love them. Especially the last one.
Awesome. So, next time we speak, in our next episode, I expect you to be sitting up, leaning forward, asking questions, nodding your head. And of course, you don't really need to track the speaker because it's just you and me sitting here talking. But I'm looking forward to the next episode. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.